Welcome to the Conservative Viewpoint, where the truth always matters. I'm your host, Charlie, the Country Conservative. I am your trusted source for hard-hitting conservative news. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Good evening, Americans, and welcome to another electrifying episode of the Conservative Viewpoint, where we'll dive deep into the heart of the issues that matters most to you. It's 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and I'm thrilled to have you with me tonight. I'm your host, Charlie, the Country Conservative. As we gather here, let's remember that our nation was built on the principles of freedom, hard work, and unwavering faith. These values are not just words, they are the bedrock of our great nation. Tonight, we stand united, ready to defend those principles against the challenges to come our way. In a world that often feels chaotic and uncertain, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. But here on this show, we cut through the noise and focus on the truth. We celebrate the spirit of America and the resilience, the power of individual responsibility, and the importance of a government that serves its people, not the other way around. So buckle up, because tonight we're going to go tackle the tough questions, challenge the status quo, and ignite a spark of patriotism in every heart. Whether it's the latest political developments, economic insights, or cultural shifts, we are here to provide you with the clarity and convictions you need to navigate these turbulent times. Remember, the future of our nation depends on each and every one of us. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can uphold the values that make America exceptional. So let's get started and make this night one to remember. So stay tuned, stay informed, stay inspired. This is the Conservative Viewpoint, and I am your host, Charlie, the Country Conservative, and I'm ready to lead the charge. So let the show start now. What's going on, everybody? Hey, Sean, Madeline. What else we got there? We got Cecil. Hey, Cecil. Mark, what's going on, guy? There's Lee. What's going on, Lee? Alan. There's John. Sean again, and Lee again. All right. Well, another great show by the girls. Hi, Joan. What's going on? They had an excellent show. Had some very revealing videos in there that'll make your eyes open up, don't you think? Let me switch over here to my banner for anybody new that shows up. Hi, Vic. Great show again. Tammy, what's going on, Tammy? We're all just going from one show to another. Isn't that great? Uh-oh, there's Jerry. Every time Trump beats someone in a debate, they try to shoot him. Yeah, he better start losing debates, Jerry. I don't know what else to do. They go in and knock him off. They're trying like hell to do it. And he's just too good at what he's doing, or they wouldn't try to kill him. That's the issue. He's too good, and they know it. So what's going on, everybody? Got a lot of stuff to cover tonight, that's for sure. I saw you put that on the Rebel Chicks, too. I didn't know what the hell that was. Inadmissible aliens. Venezuela, Haiti, Nicaragua. Oh, okay, that's what that was. Yeah, we know there's a ton of them in here, so we're going to get into this a little quick here because I added some stuff, of course, like I always do, at the last minute. But I just definitely wanted to say now, hopefully Gab gets her camera fixed. Beats watching TV. Yeah, that's for sure. Hope everybody's having a great night, but we're going to get into this here because couple things that just pissed me off that I had to get in here. But the first one made me happy as hell again. And I know you guys all saw this, but dozens of walkie-talkies explode in Lebanon. Another great night of terrorist destruction, right? I'm glad Israel came up with a very innovative way to take care of terrorists. Where's it at? Take a look at this real quick. I can't help myself. This is so awesome that Israel came up with this. And you know what? The bad part is these idiots traded in their walkie-talkies and their pagers because they thought they were being, and their phones, thought they were being watched and listened to on him. So they traded them in and brought the new stuff in, and that's what blew up on them. Boy, they're not the brightest bulbs in the shed, are they? Oh my God. But I can't help myself. I love that. It's pretty bad if you want to laugh at something, but it's hilarious. They're terrorists. They deserve what they get. All right, let's get rid of the walkie-talkie deal. And this one pissed me off. And you guys, I know you all have heard it. The Teamsters poll came out, and Trump was up like, what, 58% to 31% over Harris. And then they decided they're not going to endorse anyone. Well, I got that bald-headed bastard on here, and I want you to listen to what he has to say. And listen close. I don't like the man. I didn't like him when they had him in for a hearing, and he was acting like Mr. Tough Guy in there, wanted to take on one of our congressmen or senators, whatever he was. If you guys watched that hearing or not. Oh, yeah. He was the good dude he was going after. He was trying to run his mouth to. Would have whooped his ass. Oh, yeah, he would have. But take a look at this about the vote and stuff.
Why not? Why not Donald
How are you,
Trump?
sir? Well,
Very
listen,
good.
we interviewed both candidates, and we were seeking commitments from both candidates, and we couldn't get solid commitments on our core issues like the PRO Act, like vetoing national right to work, like staying out of labor disputes and not trying to force any contracts on us, like what happened to our brothers and sisters in the rail industry. We didn't get solid commitments from either candidate, which was a major factor in our decision as a general executive board not to endorse any candidate. However, we did a lot of polling, as you know, and the polling leaned heavily towards former President Trump. So that tells you that
very heavily, Sean. And I'm just wondering, do you look disconnected from your members?
No, we're definitely not disconnected from our members because, look, we did extensive polling that was important. Our goal as leaders, as union leaders, as leader of the Teamsters, is to provide the ability for people to have a voice and to provide credible information. And we cannot dictate to our members. Our members are sophisticated. They're going to make their own decisions. But this is a bigger problem. You know, the Democrats have always taken for granted that they're going to get our vote no matter what. And the Republicans fancy themselves as the working people's party. I think right now both sides have to take a step back and really reevaluate what their commitment is to working people. And that's what we did in this process.
The problem I have with that bald-headed bastard is I think he's wanting a bribe. He was trying to bribe them, and neither one of them was taking it. Now, the only thing he did say that I liked in that part was that they took the poll. The members were heavily leaning to Trump. Didn't say anything about Harris, but he did say both sides was not giving in to him. Exactly what he was saying. So I have a problem with that, period. I don't like the guy. Haven't liked him for a while. And this stuff, Jerry, why you keep bringing stuff up, man? I'm going to bring that stuff up. Oh, my. Okay. This message said, sorry, no, 72 versions, 69. I know, you got to love that, right? They don't deserve 72 versions. They need 72 P. Diddy's is what they need. Let P. Diddy have them. President Trump announces that he will officially make the Ground Zero site a national monument. Well, I thought it already was. Well, what the hell? All right. Well, since Jerry already threw it out there, 158 Democrats vote against the bill to deport illegal immigrants who committed sex crimes. Is anybody surprised by it? I'm not. Now, I couldn't get any video on that one because I was like the last minute. I couldn't find anything fast enough. But I am not surprised by it because, of course, they want votes, and they're a party of pedophiles. So what do you expect from Democrats? I expect no less, but it did pass. And let's see if it goes on to the Senate because it passed the House. Okay, let me get rid of this one now. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about is the Fed's cut interest rates tonight. The Dow closed down 103 points. Now, when they cut this interest rate, it was like 0.5%, which is around 4.5 to 5% interest rate. But this goes to prove that they don't know what the hell they're doing. The stock market and Dow are going to bottom out because of this. This could cause worse of a recession. We're already in a recession. They wanted to change the definition for it. This proves that he has the worst economist ever. And if people don't see that, they're crazy as hell. I saw that too, Jerry, that map on the election stuff. But cutting that rate was not a good thing. The economy is not stable enough because the Democrats, last month, the Democrats spent, let's say, it was like $380 billion, okay? Well, they only brought in $300 billion in taxes. That's not feasible. You cannot continue to do this. The economy is not stable at all. These idiot liberals thinks it is, and it's not. By cutting this interest, that's going to hurt the economy. And all you guys got to do is watch. But this was the most stupid. They haven't cut it in over 4 years. Actually, before Trump, when Trump was still in office, they hadn't cut for this whole time. But this whole 4 years that the Biden regime has been in there, they haven't cut it because the economy is not stable. You watch how bad this is going to get. Gas prices, everything's going to go up. Inflation's going to go up. You watch and see. This is why November is so important, guys. We've got to talk these people in. We got to get them smartened up here a little bit because if not, we're screwed. Now, did you guys hear about the supposable bomb threat that was in New York today? And it came in as a bomb threat. And then, of course, the fake news, lame media is going to sit there and say, well, no, it was nothing. But the cops confirmed no threat to Donald's rally following a report of explosive found in car. Now, supposedly after this came out that there was explosives in a car, then they used the excuse there was a guy training a bomb dog close by. He was using not real bomb stuff, but stuff for them to train dogs with. It was a, what did they call it? An exercise. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like an army exercise or something. A training exercise. So they use that as an excuse. They're so pathetic, it's unreal. And there I'll have some more stuff on something else that went on yesterday. Yesterday. I'll have that in the morning for tomorrow night's show. If you guys are awake or able to go, 8 a.m. Power went out at 8:03. I got on 8:03. My power went out. I had all kind of screw up. I had to redo everything. That sucked. The first night I did my morning show at 8 o'clock instead of 6 a.m. My stupid power goes out, and there was no storm. It wasn't even raining. Oh yeah, that's how sucky my internet and my electric company is. Now, did you guys realize that Trump and Vance have done 55 now interviews in the last month combined, compared to Kamala Harris's 14, and not all those were real. A couple of them were pre-taped, and they're wondering why they're playing a basement campaign. Well, there goes the proof right there. So this is what Trump and them is doing. and showing him what he's capable of. And I think let me look at this. Yeah, we're going to look at this one. And let me see. Nope, we're going to wait here right now because into this next one. And let me get over here and look here what's going on, because I keep forgetting about getting into this. And going to be a Great Depression like never before. Exactly, Cecil. This keeps up, and they're going to do it before January, before they're removed from office. It is going to cause an economic collapse. If you don't see, if Kamala Harris tries to pull this off and the Democrats try to steal this, you will not see the dollar again. It is going to go into cryptocurrency. It will collapse the dollar. You'll have no privacy no matter what. Hey, there's William in there. Tina's in here. I didn't see that. Thousands of cars are lined up to get into rightful President Trump's New York rally. Over 60,000 people got tickets for this event. Double Uniondale's population of 30,000. Wow. That's what Jerry just put in there. My power does that all the time for no reason at all. That's what mine did, Tina. That kind of sucked, though. You know, first day morning that I waited till 8 o'clock to start, and that shit had to happen. I had to go and make a new stream for Wimpkin because the other ones connect automatically. Wimpkin's the only one I have to set up, and that's a pain in the ass. Then I had to get back in. I had a bunch of people from X in there, and I lost all of them because I guess they couldn't wait. That kind of sucked, but hopefully tomorrow I'll have some better luck. So if you guys are awake and you're not at work, join me at 8 o'clock if you want to get a sneak peek into what we're going to be talking about tomorrow night. That's what I do. I gave them a couple samples of videos. I don't usually show any videos in the morning. And but today I did. I showed them a couple that you're going to see here shortly. So this first one is, well, it's not the first one, but into the regular show. Those other ones were what I just downloaded beforehand while Vic and them were doing their show. I was out of it. My clock jumped to 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Oh, geez. That's 3 hours. Huh? That's pretty good. William Brown's in the house. All right. We got William Lockett, William Brown. We just got off work. Missed it tonight. You can go back and watch our show. It was great. They had some pretty interesting videos there at the end of P. Diddy. So, oh, yeah, you want to watch. You don't want to miss those. All right. Trump says he will end Russia-Ukraine war as president-elect. Take a look at this.
I will prevent, and very easily, World War III, very easily. Before I even arrive at the Oval Office, I will have the disastrous war between Russia and Ukraine settled. It will be settled quickly. I will get the problem solved, and I will get it solved in rapid order, and it will take me no longer than 1 day. I know exactly what to say to each of them. I got along very well with them.
You guys in chat, you guys think he's going to do it? I was supposed to go to work with Jerry on AMRAB, and he sent me a link, but it was on for like an hour and a half before I even realized what time it was. Oh, man, William, you definitely was out of it, weren't you? Yeah, Putin is pretty much just waiting to see if Trump survived. Then he's going to squash this proxy war real fast. I'm pretty sure you're right, William. And we're going to see, because Trump has always made promises, and he's always kept them. And so I'm pretty sure that he's going to do the same thing. You remember, no new wars popped up everywhere, anywhere. He had everything stopped under him, and people just don't remember. They don't want to remember that. They want to listen to these pathetic pieces of shit Democrats and their lies. That's what they want to. And talk about lying, we got KJP. And this was the best one from Dawsey. And KJP just pissed me off because we all know she's lying. And wait till you hear this. White House says Dossie questions about the word threat is incredibly dangerous. But watch who says it.
It's been only 2 days since somebody allegedly tried to kill Donald Trump again. And you're here at the podium in the White House briefing room calling him a threat. How many more assassination attempts on Donald Trump until the president and the vice president and you pick a different word to describe Trump other than threat?
Peter, if anything from this administration, I actually completely disagree with the premise of your question, the question that you're asking. It is also incredibly dangerous in the way that you're asking it. There were people law enforcement officers who died because of what happened at the Capitol. And they were there because the former president told them to go there. I mean, I don't know if that's not a threat in our democracy when it was one of the darkest days of our democracy, January 6th, one of the darkest days.
Can you believe that shit? She's going to say that his question is dangerous because he's questioning them, their rhetoric. And this is what I've been showing you the past couple of shows. The Democrats' rhetoric is what's causing Trump to get shot. It has nothing to do with the Republicans. It has nothing to do with Trump. It has everything to do with them. Then she wants to sit there and lie and say that there was cops that got killed from what happened on January 6th, which is a lie. Any of the ones that died after January 6th were from natural causes. No one died from injuries sustained on January 6th. Plus, the people that injured them are still running free because they're the paid actors and the paid people from the Democrats that caused the violence on that day. The ones that are sitting in Gitmo did nothing but go to the Capitol. And they want to sit there and lie, and it pisses me off every time I see this. I cannot stand this lying hack of a twit at all. I cannot stand her. She's a bad liar. At least KJP was a good liar. You know, Peppermint Patty. The Democrats are the danger. And that is the problem. You're right, Pat. And hi, Pat. They should be stopped. And he needs to sue them because they are the ones that are causing all his problems. Between the lawsuits and the assassination attempts, everything, the violence. Why do we keep saying the Democrat are the party of violence, lawlessness, pedophilia? They are the party of everything that's wrong with this country right now. And that is what we have to do. We have to stop it no matter what we got to do in November. That is something that we have to do. This is so pathetic. It's unreal. I just can't grasp this because they are idiots and they are causing all the problems in his life. She didn't even mean that shit. It's just defensive strategy, and those are her talking points. She's a good representation of a great press secretary for a shadow organization running the government. Yeah, William, if she was a good liar, and she's not even a good liar. Normally, she has to look at her book. Maybe Jen Psaki has been giving her tips of how to lie better. Why do they not call these idiots out when they keep repeating these lies? That's what I was wondering, Tina. Why do the press, maybe they're afraid of losing their credentials and getting kicked out of the White House? Because right there, everybody knows it was a lie about the police on January 6th. The only one that got killed there was Ashley Babbitt, and I keep forgetting the other one's name. I know you guys remember. You guys reminded me the last time. But there's only two people that got killed that day. Ashley Babbitt by that cowardly ass cop that got a promotion. And the other woman. And I'm sorry I keep forgetting about that, but Jerry put a breaking news up here. A federal judge in South Carolina just issued a precedent-setting ruling that the voter rolls are public record under federal law. Man, I had to put my glasses on. And are subject to inspection by election integrity activists. Accordingly, the court declares that the South Carolina statewide voter registration list is a record subject to inspection pursuant to the NVRA, and that the NVRA preempts the South Carolina law limiting access to statewide voter registration. The registered voters judge okay. The law after the Carolina Election Commission refused to turn over the state's voter roll for inspection. Oh, they're going to find a bunch of illegals on there. From here on out, no state and local jurisdictions can create laws or rules limiting access to voter rolls. It will be huge when validating the authenticity of the 2024 election. Well, there you go. There's so much been going out about this, and the Democrats are trying to rig this election, and they're trying to use the courts to do it. And this is why we say, and Trump says, got to make it too big to rig. But there's so many. We talked about Harrisburg yesterday in Pennsylvania, allowing illegals to go in and get a driver's license and automatically registering them to vote. But whenever you got guys out there, Trump supporters, trying to register people to vote, they wouldn't let them. They wanted to kick them off of state property, not private property, in which they have every right to be there. They have every right to get people to vote. But look at the lawlessness. Babbitt is not dead. She's a witness protection. Okay. Miss V. But welcome to the show, Miss V. I didn't even see you come in there. Welcome. Never heard that one, V. That's for sure. She's probably with Elvis. VV put up an article about her. Most don't know. Yeah. She's probably joining with Elvis and Michael Jackson somewhere. Enjoying that, huh? Right. Okay. Anyways, moving on. What is our next one? Now, the government. Oh, we were talking about the think tanks. And remember, the think tanks have been going on since the 70s. The think tanks are nothing more than people that get around. And you know what? I got a video that'll tell you what a think tank is. Take a listen.
Think tanks are independent policy research organizations that generate evidence, analysis, and data for use in public policy processes. And they do that in lots of different ways. They do it by conducting research themselves. They do it by collecting data and analysis and often making sense of it. And they do that by engaging with different actors in society.
So think tanks could be in form of advocacy institutions, in the sense that they campaign for a movement, they campaign for an idea, or it could be just research think tanks that go to undertake investigations to understand what is happening in particular areas, in particular fields, and then provide solutions and advise governments or advise the local communities on what to do.
Think tanks ensure that local knowledge gets into the hands of those who need it. They are on the ground. They are in a position to know which solutions are needed to which problems, to know which problems are the most important. And they know how to bridge the local with the global and connect people. So they connect citizens with decision makers. They bring policy issues into the spotlight with the public and demand change and solutions through the essential research and outreach that they do.
They act as knowledge brokers, bringing together different actors to bring evidence to bear on a particular issue. They provide a synthesis and analysis of existing research that's already available in order to inform the public discourse and make the public aware of pressing issues and why they're important to society.
The nature of problems that most countries face these days is pretty complex. It's no longer possible for governments alone to tackle them and think through them and identify solutions. Think tanks have become really crucial and critical actors in not only helping governments think through these challenges, but also bringing together the rest of society.
So think tanks are a good thing sometimes. And it pisses me off when Kamala Harris wants to sit there and say that Project 25 is Trump's. No, it's not. Trump has nothing to do with it. Now, when he becomes president and he wants to use some of their suggestions, that's on him, because now the think tank for Joe Biden and the Democrats have hyped up the right-wing threat, but ignored the left-wing violence. And these are coming from experts, not just piddly-ass people on there. And you heard exactly who runs these think tanks. And these are people, these are educators and all that kind of stuff, trying to come up with ideas that you might not think about as the government people would not come up and think about. This is just to help them get some ideas, which is a good thing if it's used correctly. Well, the Democrats are not using it correctly. And that's why I wanted to bring up about this think tank, because these people keep want to push it and say Project 25 is, oh my God. And they don't even know what the hell they're talking about. They're idiots. What else we got here? All right. Now, this is what gets me, and I'm going to show this one again. Joy Reid blames, I know, I can't stand this woman either. MSNBC, Joy Reid blames MAGA Republicans for actual violence in light of Trump assassination attempt. Really? Okay, well, we've seen it before. Now we're going to see it again. How many times are we going to show them this? Take a look.
Well, Kamala Harris wasn't even asked about her and the Democrats' inflammatory rhetoric in the lead up to the assassination attempt during that debate. Here's just a small sample of prominent Democrats, actors, singers, politicians, news anchors, inciting violence against Trump and Republicans in general.
I thought he should have punched him in the face. I said, even if you lost, he insulted your wife.
Yes.
He came down the escalator and called Mexicans rapists and murderers. He said, well, what do you think I should have done? I said, I think you should have punched him in the face and then gotten out of the race. You would have been a hero.
I'd like to punch him in the face. I said, if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
Punch some people in the face!
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
Look as his character is stabbed to death.
Where is John Wilkes Booth when you need him?
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
A Missouri state senator is under investigation by the Secret Service after saying she hopes President Trump is assassinated.
I will.
You know how many times I just stopped it. They have not showed one bit of proof of anything coming from our side. I can show you multiple, and I will try to find some more different ones of them, and there's a lot of them out there, of their threats of violence. Why isn't Madonna locked up? Why isn't Johnny, and I like Johnny Depp, him locked up? Every one of them for threats. That's a terroristic threat. And that's what pisses me off. Now, you also have a New York Times reporter saying Trump inspires political violence after the second attempt. 7 years of violent rhetoric. Yeah, more like, what did he, 2016, since 2016, right before when he came down those escalators, they started their violent rhetoric towards Trump. Everybody loved him before that, but as soon as he announced his run for presidency, they knew what he was going to do. And that's why this has started. A think tank is like a chain. It only has strong as its weakest link. Exactly right. Every single time you've seen a company implementing AI, it's in a department that gets either downsized or replaced with the algorithm they use to do their job. And that is so true, William. It's unreal. But, I got to go back up to, I think it was this one. Hold on a second. Yeah, Roseanne Boylan. Thank you, Vic. Roseanne Boylan is the other one that got killed on January 6th, and I couldn't remember her name. And Vic posted that article on that. What is this one? Oh, that's that one too. But these people want to try to use the think tank thing. Think tanks are like nuclear power, can be used for good or malfeasance. Exactly right. Depending on the person and how they use it. Obviously, the Democrats are using it for evil because they are evil and they want to talk about violent rhetoric. They are the ones behind all the violence, no matter what. Joy Reid needs to be yanked off stage by her cunt hair. Exactly right there, Kurt. I can't stand it, and I wouldn't want to touch that. And a nasty stone, no. Have to reopen it. It will work with it opens. It's so weird with AI. Oh, yeah. AI is so messed up, it's unreal. Did you ever think you would see the Democrat establishment lapping up an endorsement from Dick Cheney? Yeah, I would be so proud of that, Jerry. I would be so proud. No, that's sarcasm. Okay, people, get it right. That's sarcasm. Dick Cheney is nothing. He is inconsequential, period. And these people are loving that shit. I don't know why. How about the fact that MSNBC just happened to be there at the golf course? Oh, yeah. Just happened to be there. Think tanks are what government should be. But the government don't think. And the Pennsylvania rally, I hope he does make it back to Butler so we can get up there. But I don't know if it's going to happen. But we're going to have to see. But let's see. We don't need to listen to Eric Trump. Where's that at anyways? Oh, I got to get rid of that rhetoric again. Yeah, we're going to get into this now. Let's see. And that was Eric Trump. We're good with that one. Suspected assassin flagged by U.S. during return from Ukraine. But they did nothing. Nothing at all. And I think that's this one. Let me see. Yeah, this guy, he went on a rant about going to Ukraine with his neighbor. I want you to take a look at this. This second shooter. Take a look.
I was looking for someone to build me a shop so I can display my products for my company. And so he had advertised that he builds these box homes. And then when we got together, he was like, okay, sorry, I was over in Ukraine trying to help with the war between Russia and Ukraine. And this was back in 2022. And I was like, oh, okay. Shelves that were like all over the place. So I opened it, I walk in, and the shelves were like uneven. The material that they used for the shelves looked like used material. I mean, literally it had staples, like they painted the staples on top in the shelves. Like they didn't even bother to take the staples out. And so I put a review on their Facebook page, and I basically told everybody that this guy took my money, took the box, and he's not easy to work with. And so don't be fooled by him or what he's trying to sell. He was ranting about how he was in Ukraine for 4 months. He has stated in the email saying something like, it'll probably be better for me to die on the front lines than to be here dealing with people like you. And then right at the end where he signs off, he says, you disappoint me as a human. And then he wrote his name, Ryan. So I was like, that's when I knew something was kind of off with this guy. So I was like, you know what, I'm done.
And this is from his own neighbors, man. That guy sounded like he's a nutbird no matter what. And I don't know. So but the DHS doesn't do anything. Homeland Security doesn't do anything, even though he's been on their radar for years. Now, alleged assassin's criminal record about his foreign travel raises questions. Again, they don't do anything. So why do they even tell us about this stuff if they're not going to do anything about it? That's the problem that I have. They know about it. They've known about and have questions about him since 2019. We'll get into that here in a second. So it's time for Lefty.
Donald J. Trump is now president of the United States. President Obama
Congratulations for the.
And now it's time for Lefties Losing It. Let's check in with Gwen Walls, the wife of Kamala Harris's VP pick, Tim Walls. She seems nice and not at all deranged.
You just show me this. Turn the page, right? Turn the page. And you know what else that looks like? Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Donald Trump. We are turning the page. 52 days and we are turning the page. 52 days and it is bye-bye, Donald Trump.
Okay, I would have thought turning the page would involve getting rid of the current lot in power, and that's the Democrats last I checked, but...
MAGA, what's happening? They are weird. I don't care how you look at it. They are both weird as hell. Of course, he's been on their radar, just like every president assassin in history. Like, ironic, isn't it? Oh, yeah, it is. And right, Cecil, the only thing Congress is good for is wasting money. And that's exactly what it is. And they're wasting money. And they sit there and they don't want to do anything about this stuff. But the authorities were warned about suspected Trump gunmen back in 2019, in 2022. And they all do nothing. And this what gets Trump almost killed because of their lack of action. Chad, what's going on? Need to get rid of them crooked people. Every damn one of them. Hey, Patricia. Pat, what's going on, girl? And this is why we've got to get this taken care of in November. No matter what we do, this is the kind of shit. We ain't going to have this anymore, but they're going to have to hire better people to try to get Trump if they're actually going to get him. Because right now they're using doofuses that haven't got a clue. But this guy, and I got a video on that too, so I want you to take a look about his foreign trips. Take a look.
One more. The special agent in charge of the FBI.
Yes, sir.
Did he act alone? Did he have some kind of help?
At this point, we're still exploring that, investigating that. Our investigation will determine that. We do not have information that he's been acting with anyone else at present.
Do we know how long he's been in Florida when he arrived?
Oh, you snuffed one in.
At this point,
Our investigation is still determining that. Thank you.
anyone see him?
All right. Anyhow, that's it. We're not going to do any more. All right. You got a lot of information there. The last thing I will tell you is, like the director of the Secret Service says, you know, the president called me last night, President Trump. He thanked me for everything that we did along with the Secret Service. He knows we work great together, and he feels safe. That's important because he is. And what we did yesterday proves that the system can work because the suspect didn't even get close to getting a round off, and we apprehended him and brought him to justice. So we're very, very proud of that. Thank you, folks, for being here.
It should have never happened. It should have never got to that point. These guys are supposed to do an aerial drone security check of anywhere that the president's going. And they didn't do it. And you know why? Because they didn't feel like it. If this guy was laying there, like they said, according to the guy's cell phone records, laying there for 12 hours, it showed him in that spot for 12 hours, according to his click that they did on his phone. And if those guys would have done a security check, he was wearing a pink freaking shirt. You're going to see it because the drones have thermal cameras on them. And it would have picked up anything with body heat. It would have been a rabbit or a dog, whatever. It would have picked it up. And they did not do it because they didn't feel it necessary, according to the idiot acting director. Oh, yeah, that asshole just said it wasn't needed. Well, obviously it was, wasn't it? That son of a bitch should be fired right off the bat, period. All right, let's get out of here. Let's get rid of that one, them dumb idiots. Let's see. Where are we at? Now you got a top Senate Democrat, believe it or not, Blumenthal, angry because the Biden-Harris administration are stonewalling getting information out about the first and the second assassination attempt. And I don't know if I have that one here or not. Yes, I do. So I want you to take a look at this real quick.
I think the American people are going to be shocked, astonished, and appalled by what we will report to them about the failures by the Secret Service in this assassination attempt on the former president. But I think they also ought to be appalled and astonished by the failure of the Department of Homeland Security to be more forthcoming, to be as candid and frank as it should be to them in terms of providing information. And we are going to absolutely insist on the truth and the whole truth.
I was just reading Kurt's thing too. You're right. You're right, Kurt. They are rubbing it in our face and they're going to be begging whenever the shit hits the fan. Exactly right. It's exactly what's going to happen. What else we got here? Miss V. Okay, I saw Miss V already. William, not to mention it gets everywhere when you burn tires. Oh, yeah, we're not allowed to do that. We had a black rubber from 2nd Street to 12th Street when these morons decided to have a tire fire at 5 a.m. Oh, my. He didn't get close to getting a round off. He getting into position and fucking gun barrel through the perimeter fence. He practically had his shot. Exactly. But how did he get there and how did he know Trump was going to be there? That's the big question we're not getting answered. I will give DeSantis props. He stepped up, was like, nah, I don't care what it is. Oh, exactly, William, because he said on today on his TV interview that they are responsible for the investigation. They don't believe anything that the government's going to tell them. So that's exactly right. So let me get rid of this, and it is now time for get your pencils out. Here's our Don't Get Dead Disaster Factor tip of the day of her hunkering down segment number 3x3 rules. You have to get a safe shelter by 3 hours. Dennis, wasn't this yesterday's? You have to find a safe portable water source in 3 days. Have to find a safe food source in 3 weeks. Make your own water filter by using a large terracotta pot and sanding off all the glaze on both sides of the bottom, plugging the drain hole with wax. Put it over a glass in a metal container, but put the water, man, I got to put my glasses back on. That sucks. Sorry about that, guys. Needing filtration in the pots, allowing it to slow drip into the bottom of the container. It is very slow but effective method for filtering water that isn't chemically or biologically contaminated. It's as effective as expensive ceramic filtration system for less than $15. There you go. That's a pretty good tip right there, Dennis. I like that one. So, hey, here is my tip.
Here's how to prepare for an earthquake. Be ready to evacuate or shelter in place. You'll need both go bags and a stay bag. Secure heavy objects in your home. Check your insurance for earthquake coverage and practice earthquake drills. Here's the new earthquake drill. 1. Drop. Drop to your hands and knees to lower your center of gravity. 2. Cover. Stay on your hands and knees and crawl underneath something sturdy. Try to keep at least one hand covering the back of your neck and head in case something falls on you while you're moving. 3. Hold on. You should stay under your chosen cover until the shaking stops. Don't try to move around. Here are some things not to do during an earthquake. First, don't stand in a doorway. Most doorways are actually no stronger than the rest of the house. Second, don't move. Don't go outside and don't move between rooms. Third, don't trust the triangle of life. Instead, drop, cover, and hold on. Now you're ready to survive. Find more disaster prep info at herecomesapocalypse.com.
Now, I like that one. And there is our Don't Get Dead Disaster Factor tips of the day. Thank you, Dennis. That was some good one. The only thing that I disagree with that one that I showed was don't stand in the doorway because they said it's as weak as the rest of the house. I don't agree with that because in the older houses, they have headers in them. And they're either 2x6s, doubled up, got a hell of a beam in there. I'm not sure if they do them nowadays or not like that, but they're definitely better than a table. Believe that. And Pat, thank you. Yes, that Roseanne that died on January 6th did die of an overdose. And she said an amphetamine intoxication. But yeah, it was an overdose, and she did die of that. And everybody seemed to like that water filtration deal. I hope you had your pencils out, guys, because remember, there's a prize going on in this. This hour went so fast. Another great show as usual. I know. Thank you. Well, I'm not about the great show, but thank you. The hour always goes too fast, Madeline, and that sucks. But I'm pretty much getting through everything that I wanted to get through. But Kamala Harris says that these deaths, and she's talking about the abortion death that happened in Georgia. Now, I'm going to let you watch this real quick. Then we're going to come back and talk about that. But she's blaming that death on Trump. Take a listen.
In a powerful statement on Tuesday, Vice President Kamala Harris has directly blamed former President Donald Trump's policies for the death of Amber Nicole Thurman, a Georgia woman who died due to delays caused by the state's stringent abortion ban. On Tuesday, Harris condemned the 6-week abortion ban, highlighting Thurman's tragic case as detailed by a ProPublica investigation. Thurman, 28, experienced severe complications after using abortion pills, and the necessary procedure was delayed for 20 hours due to the restrictive law. These are the consequences of Donald Trump's actions, Harris said. She criticized Trump's influence on the Supreme Court, which led to the overturning of Roe v. Wade, and vowed to restore reproductive rights if elected. If Donald Trump gets the chance, he will sign a national abortion ban, and these horrific realities will multiply. The case underscores the deadly impact of abortion restrictions, sparking calls for urgent legislative action to protect women's health and safety.
Now, you saw this and what they try to blame Trump on, which come to find out that the woman had a botched abortion. And when she went to the hospital, and the problem is a hospital's not going to abort somebody. A doctor under his Hippocratic oath will not kill a baby if it's not medically necessity. But this woman had a botched abortion, and they want to blame Trump because of that. No, you go to a hack, that's what you get. Nobody is denied care when you go to a hospital or a doctor. I don't care who you are. There was a thing in Pennsylvania, and I don't know if it's still going on, but I can't remember the name of it right off the top of my head. But if you went to the hospital and you got a bill, you called the billing office. They told you go to welfare. If you made too much money, they turn you down, and then you go back to the hospital, and they receive grants and stuff to provide services to people that pays your bills. And I cannot remember what that was called, but everybody's not going to you cannot turn away a patient. Doctors take the oath to treat patients no matter what. And this is what the Democrats keep talking about lies and stuff and trying to want to blame Trump on Roe v. Wade and all that stuff. It's pathetic. And this is what they're trying to do. But Pat, you're right. I saw on January 6th, on that day, I was watching, and I saw them trying to resuscitate her out on the steps and getting her back. Well, I missed something, Vic, because I just found it. Fuck me running. Okay, I missed something totally here. The Democrats are covering up and saying it was amphetamines. Now, of course, they cover up everything, no matter what. Oh, that's why she couldn't spell committee. Oh, that's great. All right. Let's get through this real quick. ABC responds to the viral whistleblower affidavit. Of course, they're going to deny everything that whistleblower is saying, but we know it's a fact because she's done her interviews and she screwed them all, and she sucks at everything. She has lied lies after lies through her teeth, and they're catching her, and that's what she doesn't like about it. What else we got here? Now, this last one, I got to show you this. This Ohio sheriff is asking residents for addresses of houses with Kamala Harris signs in the yard so he can send the illegal immigrants over there. Take a look.
People shouldn't feel ashamed or scared what sign they have in their front yard.
But many residents in Portage County are feeling scared after Sheriff Bruce Zakowski said the following on Facebook about Kamala Harris supporters. Quote, "When people ask me what's going to happen if the flip-flopping laughing hyena wins, I say write down all the addresses of the people who had her signs in their yards. So when the illegal human locust, which she supports, needs places to live, we'll already have the addresses of their new families who supported their arrival." End quote. Those with Harris yard signs in their lawn now feeling intimidated.
A threatening post to me and my wife because we have a sign out here that says who we want to win for president. And it's a threatening implication for those who are immigrants coming in.
The post comes as Zakowski runs for re-election this November, his opponent, John Barber, reacting.
Calling the vice president a terrible name and calling people of immigration status a terrible name, I think pretty much shows some level of, I don't know any other word to use than racism, and it's an unfortunate thing.
Meanwhile, Portage County Commissioner Tony Badalamenti has filed a complaint with the Ohio Attorney General's office.
I believe that if you're a Democrat or Republican and I'm opposite, it's your choice. And I should have the free right and will, without being intimidated, that I can share my beliefs or have a belief in whatever I do.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and...
Shut up, you pedophile peckerhead. But you see that? I love it. The sheriff is taking it into his own hands with the shit that's going on down there. All right, guys, time is up. And I want to put a shout out to Vic and Gab for a great show tonight. Can't wait till Monday's show to see what's going on. I want you guys, thank you guys for tuning in with me tonight. And I hope you guys have a night, rest of your night pretty good. Enjoy your day at work. If you're up at 8 o'clock in the morning, join me on here on Wimpkin and get a glimpse into what we're going to be going over, because I got a ton of stuff in my email. I'm not going to start it until tomorrow morning, but thank you guys for tuning in, and I'm going to leave you with this. Thank you for joining me tonight on The Conservative Viewpoint. As we wrap up, let's remember that our strength lies in our unity and our unwavering commitment to the principles that have made our nation great. In a world filled with challenges and uncertainties, it's our shared values and dedication to the Constitution that guide us. We must remain vigilant, informed, and ready to defend our freedom against any threat, foreign or domestic. As we sign off, let's carry for the spirit of resilience and patriotism. Stay engaged, stay informed, and never forget that each one of us has a role to play in preserving the legacy of liberty for future generations. This has been The Conservative Viewpoint. I'm Charlie, saying good night. God bless. See you tomorrow night, everyone. Or tomorrow morning, whichever one comes first. All right, guys, have a great night. See ya. Night, Becky. See you, Chad.